Good morning, my garden and YouTube friends, and especially my vermiculture friends, because you guys will be interested in this. This is my Meals on Wheels that I have turned into my red wiggler bin. And just 6 days ago, I went through this whole thing and I found 16 worms. We started out with 4, and then it went to 8, and now I've got 16. Well, guess what? I went through here twice this morning and I pulled out 33. So from 6 days ago, they've all doubled. I mean, 33. Either that or my eyes are getting better. But these all look like they were pretty decent sized red wigglers. And every one that I saw looked like a red wiggler. So, and I was finding like 2 and 3 of them together. So that was kind of interesting. Anyway, it's 55 degrees out here this morning. So I think we got down to like 52 was the bottom, and it stays a little bit warmer out here, and I'm sure in here it was probably in the 60s, but boy, they weren't moving. And so as I went through, I put each one in my hand, and I was holding them in my hand, and as they were warming up, then they started to wiggle. So what I did after I counted the 33, I'll tell you this story real quick, is that I was making oatmeal, and when I put it in the microwave to reheat it, I put a paper towel over top of it. It, of course, got too warm. Well, not of course, but it got too warm. And when it did, it just poof, it came up to the top. So I had this paper towel with all this nice oatmeal on top. Let me see if I can get this off without disturbing too many. And so I thought, well, I would make a little feeding station. And as I did, I put down, I actually put the worms on top of this to count them. And as I did, they just stayed right in that circle. It was like, oh, mommy, this is nice, warm oatmeal on my little back. So, but anyway, you can see they're still kind of this is still gooey. This is still kind of gooey because of the oatmeal. And so I made a little feeding station. I put down a few banana peels, and now they're starting to realize, whoops, wait a minute. You see those little yellow heads and tails going along there? There. Get everybody awake. Hello, hello. There you can see the red wigglers. And there's the banana peel. And so then I put down eggshell on top of that, and they're really, kind of going to town. So what I want to do is just cover this, cozy them in. And let's see, did I add anything else? No, I think that was it. They got the eggshell, and they got bananas, and then of course this oatmeal topping. Only instead of it being dry oatmeal like I normally add an eggshell, it's actually a little wet. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to fill this in so that they have a nice little spot. It's very interesting. I have to say, it's so interesting to discover the world of worms. And I've told you guys this before, is that I started doing this in 2009. And when I bought the can of worms, which I have inside, and I'm going to work on that today. I did some work on it yesterday, where I pulled out the cocoons, and I got a couple more cans of castings. And the castings I'm going to keep over there, my spot that I keep all my castings in those Folger coffee cans. It's great size, and they have that great handle if you have, my hands are just perfect for that size. Anyway, I'll keep those over there and see if I get any more small worms, any cocoons that hatch, if that's the right word, emerge. And but the actual little nursery that I made, I have inside, and I'll show you that later. But anyway, um, I was going to say that, uh, as I watch so many other channels, it's nice to see that this interest is just growing by leaps and bounds, just leaps and bounds. If you've been doing this for 12 years or longer, the Garden and Worm Lady has been doing it since 2002, and she's very, very knowledgeable, and yet she has still that great curiosity. And then you've got Patrick over in Tampa, and he's vermicomposting, learning by doing. And he's a newbie. And he has all this great knowledge and just, interest. And I think that's wonderful. I wish that back in 2009 I had done it more as a hobby than just as a trying to help the world, I guess was, and I hate to sound so philanthropic, but that was really my reason for doing it, was because I thought, gee, I really hate throwing all of my garbage away. I really don't want to just throw it out in my yard, because I am in Florida and we do get a lot of pests. Well, having something like this, or having the can of worms, which I keep in my house and has no smell, and I have no bugs, and I have no problems with it, that to me is, it's better than sending it down the garbage disposal. Don't you agree? So anyway, I thought you guys might like an update on that. Was that I went from 4 worms to 8 worms to 16 to now 32. I hate to have to count in another few months, and if I've got 200 worms in there. But I did want to show you my little feeding station. I thought, let's see how they stay over here, or if they keep traveling around. I really made this kind of like my, the first foot of it maybe is, I think this is a 36 inch. So let's say the first foot is where the feeding station is. And, I'll give it, I will stay away from it for a week if I can. And then I'll come back on, like December 8th or so, and see if they've all dispersed and run to the 4 corners. So take care, everybody, and I hope you'll subscribe to my channel and ring the bell if you'd like to see more. I try to keep a few things going, not only the worms, but my garden and things I'm maybe making for Christmas, or cooking, or just life in general. So take care. Come see me again soon. Bye-bye.